of, you know, of commercial engagement that will come around that place, you don't know, right? And that is why all of the properties that are being sold, all of the investment in terms of land, in terms of real estate in Ibeju-Lekki today has increased in value. The yield has increased. And the reason is because of the commercial market, right? So I said on my slide here that there are various commercial industries found in this location that has increased the yield of properties, right? 10 years ago, yes, let me just use 10 years, right? 10 years ago, the amount that people invested, right, in buying property is not the same amount today. Trust me, right? And I can relate it with the particular property that we also, right, market in that particular location. Just a few years down the line, 3 years down the line. For example, right, we have a property that is known as Beryl Beachfront, right, precisely at Idado community, right? This particular property was initially launched for 1.5 million, but that value has increased, right, between 3 years. Reason being because of development in the estate, development around the estate, presence of commercial market around that particular vicinity. So a lot of commercial markets in that area, right, that has increased the yield of properties in that particular location. And that is why we always encourage, guys, that when the best time to invest in property, they say, is always now. The reason is because the more you keep waiting, the more you wait, the more the value increases, right? And if you, of course, as a wise investor, can maximize the opportunity of now, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be part of those that will be enjoying the return, the high return on investment. So the first one that I've shared is the presence of commercial markets, right? That's the first one, right? I've talked about there's a lot of industries there, right? We have the Lekki Free Trade Zone, we have the petrochemical there, and I highlighted the fact that the presence of people, right, brings about development in a particular area, brings about demand. The word is demand. Demand in the development of a course in a particular area. Why? Because there will be a lot of needs, right? And when there are needs, right, there will always be satisfaction of those needs, right? And this is in relation to money, ladies and gentlemen. So the next one that I'm going to mention, right, is the presence of recreational hub. So I like to say that Ibeju-Lekki is stamped, right, the center of commerce and recreation. That is the center of commerce and hospitality. Trust me, so many people are running towards this area now because it is actually a serene environment, right? Based on my research and based on my presence on site always, right? I've come to discover from friends, do you know that this celebrity comes to this place always? Do you know that this particular person comes to this location always? Based on my engagement, right? I've come to discover all of this truth, all of these facts, right? If we check it properly, right, that this particular location has more of private beach, right? I know I'm not going to mention some names, right? But has a lot of private beach in this location. Trust me, we have our estates in this particular region, and I know them very well, right? So it is time the hub of commerce and also hospitality, meaning that you can enjoy, you have an environment where your business is booming, you have an environment where your business is growing, where your business is thriving, and at the same time, to balance life, right? To balance nature, you have a place where you can always go to cool off. You have a place where you can always go to enjoy life, right? You have a place where you can always go to just, catch the groove of life, right? That is why it is stamped the hub, the center of recreation and also of commerce, right? So it is very important, right? There's a lot of activities going on in that particular area. And that is why the population over there is increasing daily. Trust me, right? The percentage of people that move into this particular location daily increases, right? Because so many people, of course, not so many people, right, based on work, based on activities, are living in this particular area, right? But I'm going to also mention the highlights of having an investment in that place and allowing your investment create passive income for you. Allowing your investment create consistent cash flow for you. But I was relating with a friend not in Nigeria, and she was like, oh, I don't want to live in this particular area. Remember, our job basically is to open your mind. Our job basically is to make you have an understanding of why you should invest in this particular area. And that's what we are doing today. So many people think that when they invest in a particular area, for example, they buy a house, right? You might not live in that particular environment. But the question is, what is the essence of that property? Why is that property situated there? And what, most importantly, what will the property help you achieve? Right? The most important thing for us is money. Or matter, is it not money? Ladies and gentlemen, if it is money, type money. If it is money, please type money. The essence of real estate investment, ladies and gentlemen, right, is for you to be able to build your portfolio in terms of wealth. That's just the truth, right? Let's not lie to ourselves. Everybody is trying to build wealth, right? Everybody, for me, let me personalize this, right? I'm trying to build wealth for my generation. I want a situation where my kids, like, just like my MD would say, Dr. Steven, they'll look at my picture and say, Grandpa, you did this for us. That is exactly what I want, right? But the fact remains that you have bliss, you have happiness, right? Because you have been able to do things, right? That, of course, the first person is yourself, right? I'll make you enjoy life in fullness. I'll make your generation unborn also enjoy life in fullness, right? So the first one I've mentioned is commercial market, and I've highlighted that properly. The second thing is, so the second thing again is educational institutions, right? Again is educational institutions, right? So educational institutions, right? The fundamental presence of higher institutions around any community, right? Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. The fundamental presence of higher institutions around any community brings about development in that region, right? This is just the fact, right? In that society, because of the larger percentage of the presence of people in that environment, right? I was trying to check the statistics of people that lived, right, in this location in year two. I started from year 2015, year 2010, no, 25. Then I looked at 2010, I looked at 2015, I looked at 2020, right? The percentage has been increasing by, I think, 14% over time, right? Has just been gradually increasing. We all know in Lagos, we all know, right? Let's be factual, right? For those who will be watching us from overseas and from Dubai and the rest, we all know the fact that Lagos is actually jam-packed. Everybody say, especially the island, right? Especially here on the island, right? Lagos is actually jam-packed. But guess what? Everybody is still coming here. Martha still wants to come and live in Banana Island. Right? Abiola, father and see, is looking for a house. She thinks I don't know. She wants to buy it. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, see, the population is increasing daily, every day, right? But people are still coming to this region. Why? Because of the opportunities, right, that are situated in this region. Right, so people interaction brings about expansion and demand in infrastructural development. I follow me. The more people you have in an environment, the more people you have situated in, right, an environment brings about interaction. And once there is interaction, there will be expansion in that particular environment. So Ibeju-Lekki, right, has the presence of institutions, right, has the presence of institutions, and these institutions brings naturally, right, about expansion, brings about development, because different things comes to set in, right, to better the lives of the people in that community, right? So that is the second one that I've highlighted. The third that I am going to be talking about is high network opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, high networking opportunity, right? I said the level of high network individuals in this region has increased over time, right? So I check statistics. I like to follow facts, right? I check statistics and I try to highlight where wealthy people live. Are you following me? Of course, if you check in Lagos, Banana Island is one, right? Because Banana Island has sells of the most expensive, right? Banana Island, according to history, sells the most expensive property in the world. Is let's rank it from 1 to 5, right? Sells one of the most expensive properties in the world, right? But if you check, right, record where high network, high flyers are, right, they are in this region along the Ibeju-Lekki axis. Are you following me? And it is actually because that is where investments are. Do you know what it means for someone like Dangote, right, who happens to be the wealthiest man, right, of course, here in the Black race in Nigeria, to go and make his investment in that particular region? Let's critically analyze it, right? If he can go to that region, imagine the high network, right, individuals who would also want to be a part of that kind of investment, right? So naturally, this is just common sense, right? They will also take their businesses there. They also take their engagements there. They also take their lifestyle there to that environment, right? And positioning, I wrote down here, I said positioning is very paramount when it comes to building wealth. And your presence in any area like Ibeju-Lekki gives one an opportunity to network. Ladies and gentlemen, since my presence, right, here, I follow me in this particular region, going to sites, right, having the opportunity to take clients to site, having the opportunity to move around that environment, trust me, the numbers of high flyers, right, that I've met over time has increased within a particular short span of time. I follow me, and that is actually because there is an investment along that location, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I've highlighted some very important points, right, that we must critically look at. This is the hub, right, of development, right? They say Ibeju-Lekki is the new Lagos, right? In fact, Ibeju-Lekki is the new West Lagos, not just the new Lagos now, right? And it is because of all of the activities that are happening here. Trust me, when you invest in Ibeju-Lekki, right, you are investing there with the mindset that you have a property that will increase over time. So our property, that at Idado, for example, we started selling for 1.5 million as of 2019. Currently in 2022, it's sold for 15 million. Let's do an analysis in the next 8 years, that is in 2030. How much do you think that property will be worth? Right? It's an assignment for everyone. How much do you think a property that was sold for 1.5 million in 2019 currently sold for 15 million in 2022? How much will it be worth in 2030, right? If one can apply, right, the best use of that land, just like our mentor would say, right? What is the best use of your particular property? What are you going to do with it? Are you following me? Right? I've mentioned that you can earn consistent cash flow through passive income, right? When you have a property, land banking, for example, that location is best for land banking. If you say you don't want to build, if you say you just want to buy and leave it, right? Like Paul Adefarasin did, right? When he bought his particular property, right? If you say just want to have that modality, that's the model you also want to live with, to leave it for a particular period of time, allow the property to aggregate, right? To grow in value. Trust me, your return on investment, you'll be looking for Martha and say, Martha, thank you for hosting this event. I mean, thank you for bringing up Abiola Daniel for sharing this information. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop here, right? We're going to ask some questions, right? These things are fundamental. These are the things that we have heard over time. But practically, how are we putting it into action? In the next 8 years or so, I will and say, Abiola Daniel, what are the investments you have for your kids? And I look back and say, I've been able to do X, Y, and Z. Thank you, guys.
Wow. In fact, I'm fired up right now. Thank you so much. Thank you, Daniel, for this amazing insight. Thank you for sharing with us reason why people should invest in the. Thank you so much. So, if you have any questions, you can come with your questions. We are ready to take your questions before we proceed to the next step. Come with your questions. We're ready for you. And we're going to do what we call a day for some of you that might like, how does it even if I want to communicate with my client, where do I start? Where do I start from? How do I even start? So we are going to do a role, then through that role, to learn one or two from all that I've said. Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you for sharing this amazing insight with us. In fact, it was nice having you here. Thank you so much. So if you have any questions, you can just type in your questions. We are ready to take them. We are ready to take your questions. And then before we go into the role play, I quickly want to share with you some testimonies around my skills. You know, people come to the test and start hailing me, oh, I learned you are the highest selling person, you are the sales manager. I heard you've been making sales. You know, there are some, I just want to share some little testimonies. You know, when you are handling clients, when you are dealing with prospects, when you are talking to them, like last month, I closed 5 bedroom apartment in Ibejuleki, and that sales, before that sales came through, there was a lot of engagement. Myself and the client, I was doing this kind of consistent calling. I call. There's a particular time the man wants me to be calling him anytime I want to reach out to him. I call him in the morning between 6:30 a.m., 7 and latest 8. So if I miss that time, that means it's going to be to the next day or maybe later at night. And that night, we might not even be able to pick. So what I did was, if I want to reach out to this man, I call him maybe later, like as early as 6:30. And when I call him, I just ask for his wife, I speak to him and all of that. So cut the whole story short, what I did that actually made the man like indicated more interest. You know, clients want to buy from you when they know that there's an opportunity and they are going to miss out that opportunity if they don't take advantage of it. So I've been on this man for quite some time, for a long time. We've been communicating, I've been reaching out to him, giving him latest update. The man was like, oh, just keep giving me whatever it is you guys have by me. So I noticed this man is just posting me. But what I did was that there was a video Dr. Steven did, and that video said that okay, you buy a house from us, then we're running a promo. When you buy a house and you pay outside, you are qualified to own a car. We'll give you a car if you pay outside. That is, if you buy the 3 bedroom apartment, 3, 4, and 5 bedroom. So, but if you are paying on installment, you are qualified for an all expense paid trip to either Maldives or Seychelles. So I tried to put this together. I was telling him about this before, but it was looking like I was just trying to market him. But when I sent a video to him, I sent this video to him. I made him to understand that this thing is real. this thing is real. I had to do a video of my car. I told him, look, this is the car you're going to get when you buy this. Aside from the fact that you get this car, if you don't want this car, you can actually win an all-expense trip. Imagine you traveling, just the company you bought something from, sponsor your trip. You just travel to go and have nice time, and you use that opportunity to also see what we are also selling, maybe in Dubai. If maybe eventually we do not go to Madrid, we might decide to go to Dubai. You also see what we have in Dubai. And then because I was consistent, I was always following up with this man. He picked interest. When I did the video of my car and I sent to him, he was like, "Oh, is this the kind of car you are going to do?" And the man was like, I said, "Yes." He said, "Okay, send me video of the house. Let me even see." That was how it all started. And I told him, "Sir, if you cannot do outside, just pay installment. Just make an initial deposit of 15 million, 10 or 15 million naira, and then we start from there." That was how this man, got into the idea. And then he did an initial deposit for 5-bedroom apartment. That was last month. It was a great that was last 2 months, yeah. It was a great moment for me because I felt fulfilled. I felt like, oh, so yeah, I've been able to convince this man. I've been able to add value. And again, I told him about this whole importance of investing around the Bejuleki and all of that. I told him that, look, this is what you stand to gain. Aside from the fact that you are having an investment in an environment that have the nice high net worth individuals, you stand the chance to do business with people of high caliber, people people that move things. When we talk about people that matters in Nigeria, talk to their investments are there. Talk about Dangote refinery, we talk about this Black and Pines of Ghana and all of that. Then we talk about the Lekki Golf Course, Lekki Deep Sea, all those things. And then the new airport, new international airport is actually coming towards that as well. I told this man, I said, look, if you buy this property, we are going to manage it for you. All you need to do is just to buy, put it out for rent. It's the building you are buying. By the time we are done, we put it out for rent. We monitor it for you. All you need to do is just to relax and be receiving your annual rent. That is something what we call transgenerational wealth, just like Abiola Daniel stated. So all these things, it helped me. All this information helped me to like close that deal there. And I felt fulfilled. I felt like, yes, I'm actually adding value. So I just want you guys to also, take advantage of this and, learn something that would help you close that, be an excellent marketer, an excellent salesperson, a salesperson that your clients will be proud to have. Your clients will be proud to talk about you, like, oh, I'm so glad that this person was able to convince me to invest in this social location. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have Farouk here. He's our head of media, and our also branch manager, head of media, in fact, all and all. Farouk, thank you for joining us. Thank you. So we're going to be having a role play. So Farouk is also a superstar when it comes to things like this. So he's going to sell to me. He's going to convince me. He's going to convince me in buying. Although I might not want to buy, but let's see how you will be able to convince me. And you guys will also learn from this. You learn from this. We have our sales rally, we have our role play and all of that. So please just listen and take something home and go and make that sale. So Farouk.
Yes, hello everybody. Yeah, how are you, Mata? Mata, I know you're going to make this very difficult for me, so please tamper justice with mercy. I know my. Are you with me, Mata?
Yes, I'm with you now. I'm with you.
All right, so do we have a script? Is there something you want me to sell to you?
Oh, you can sell Jasper to me. Jasper Gardenia.
Okay.
Yeah, sell Jasper Gardenia.
All right, so green.
Yeah,
You have
hello.
to pick now.
Hello, I'm with you.
Yes. Hello. Good afternoon, ma. How are you doing today, ma?
I'm good. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes, ma. My name is Farouk. I'm a wealth advisor with GTEX Homes.
Oh wow, Farouk, wealth advisor, GTEX Homes.
Yes,
GTEX
ma'am.
Homes. I've never heard that name before. So
Oh,
Benito,
fantastic. Yeah. Am I on to Miss? How do I address you, ma? Miss or Mrs., please?
me is fine by me.
Okay, Miss Martha. Yes. So you may be
Yeah,
wondering how I got your contact.
yeah.
Yes. So we
I'm wondering
had
because I can't remember giving my contact to anybody called Farouk.
yes, fantastic. I also really respect clients' privacy. We held a powerful masterclass and we had top associates all over the world join, and we asked them to recommend the high net worth individuals they have in their lives, and someone recommended you to me. Does that
Oh
profile
wow,
sound like you, ma?
wow. Well, a lot of people knows me, so I'm not surprised.
Yes, fantastic. So that's why I'm giving you this call. So, ma, before
Okay,
we begin, I just wanted to let you know that this is not a sales call. I'm not going to
okay.
put you under any pressure. I just want to have a conversation with you about real estate and try make you understand some things. So are you with me, ma? Hello, Miss Mata, are you there?
Um, yes, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, fantastic. So before we proceed, do you currently have any real estate investments you've done?
Oh, well, yes. The last time I invested in real estate, although not in Nigeria, that was in Dubai. So I don't really know how Nigeria real estate investment. I don't know how it works.
Okay, fantastic. That's great. I just want to let you know that there's actually an exciting opportunity in Nigeria real estate. And the secret to real estate in Nigeria is actually buying what we call off-plan sales. And why
Hmm.
off-plan sales make a lot of sense in Nigeria is because by off-plan sales, you get to buy at the price the developer is selling initially. So what
Hmm.
happens in most cases, like for example, Ikoyi, let me just give you an example. There was a time an apartment in Ikoyi was selling for as little as 10 to 20 million naira. People that bought it then bought even before Ikoyi became what it used to be now. And most of them bought enough plan sales. However, some people really waited for after the project and ended up buying for as high as 100 to 150 million.
Hmm.
So currently we have a location that is even going to be more expensive than Ikoyi, and it's called
Wow.
Ibejuleki. And we currently have an offer of an apartment that is selling on off-plan sale in Ibejuleki. And since you are someone that understands what investment look like, I believe this is an excellent opportunity for you.
Well, it is, but then I'm not quite familiar with the places, so why should I even invest around that kind of location? I don't see how that place would give me back my money if I put
Yes,
in something.
that's fantastic. But the secret about real estate, just like you've known, is that there are some things people overlook. So, for
Mm-hmm.
example, I tell people that when you're buying into real estate, commercial areas end up giving you better returns than residential areas because a
Okay.
commercial area will definitely keep having more intake of people over time because people are always
Mm-hmm.
looking for work and people move towards where work is. And currently, in the whole of Lagos, there is no place that has more potential commercial activities than Ibejuleki. And I'll just highlight three major locations in Ibejuleki. Number one, Dangote Refinery, which is the second largest refinery in the whole of Africa, is coming to Ibejuleki. Also, we have the deep sea port, which is even deeper than what we have in Apapa, is coming to
Wow.
Ibejuleki. And it also
Oh, you
has
mean
a lot.
saying their papa this is something that's going to be replicated around this village you are talking about?
Yes, the one in Apapa is not even as deep as the one at Ibejuleki. The only
Oh
seaport
wow.
bigger than it now is the one in Cario. So you can imagine the volume of people that will be coming there. Not only that, we also have what we call the Lekki Free Trade Zone, meaning whatever thing you are doing in that area is zero tax free. It's tax free, which is zero tax. This already tells you that commercial activities is going to be heightened with the whole of Ibeju-Lekki, meaning in the next 3 to 5 years, if you want to buy a piece of property in Ibeju-Lekki, you must have between 300 to 400 million.
Wow.
Yes.
It sounds so juicy. Well, I think it's
Yes,
looking like what I would be interested in.
Fantastic. And that's why I said this is not a sales call. I'm just giving you information. Many of my clients are bought from me. The first client I sold to was 2 years ago. I sold him a property worth 1.5 million. Currently, that property is going for 9.7 million naira on a discount. The original price is 15 million naira. So you can see in the space of less than 3 years, the potential value of properties over there. Now imagine you have the best piece of property in the whole of Ibeju-Lekki, which is what I'm going to tell you about. Jasper Gardenia. It's a green and smart estate. And I know that this conversation cannot have all the juicy benefits of that estate. So you're not even buying into Ibeju-Lekki again. You're also buying into a property that has better potential value than every other property in that area. So Mark, can you confirm this is your email? marthaogsachi@gmail.com.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just sent you my company profile and a portfolio of the estates I want to talk to you about.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I just got the notification now. I'll go through it and I'll get back to you. I think it's looking like something I will be interested in. So
before you get back to me,
for at the right time. So
the spirit works with me, man. Do you consider yourself a spiritual person?
Kind of, yes.
So there's something we have in common. Our spirits are working together. But before we even move on, when next do you think would be the best time to talk to you about it?
Okay, so you can call me back Friday same time, which is tomorrow. You can call me tomorrow 2 p.m. I will be free between 2 to 3, so you can call me.
Okay, so should we have a presentation so I can just show you some things that you may not understand, or you want us to have a voice call?
If you can do the meeting, if you can do it more like a Zoom call, I would appreciate it, because I would also love my partner to look into it.
Okay, all right, fantastic. I'll be sending you a Zoom meeting link within the next 5 minutes. So before you even, while you are looking at it, do you have any budgets that you can say you set aside for real estate investment at the moment?
Well, I can't really say for now, but I am looking at, investing in something worth like 150 million, but I'm not saying that's my budget. If I see something that I might need to put in more money into, why not?
Fantastic. The good news is that the properties we have is within your budget. Of course, you can buy more, which I actually always advise my clients to always buy more. Right? I've closed over 50 transactions this year alone, and I only have 3 people that bought single units.
Very good salesperson. I am not doubting that.
I'm not even considering myself a salesperson. I advise my clients and they take my advice. And many of them are wealthy millionaires and billionaires in their own terms. So this is a fantastic conversation, Miss Martha. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Is that correct? Nigerian time.
Yeah.
All right, ma'am. So I'll be sending you a Zoom link immediately after this call.
Okay, no problem.
All right, thank you so much,
ma'am. All right, thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. That was awesome. Thank you, Farouk. That was awesome. You guys can see the level of information he tells me with. So as a realtor, always be prepared. Be prepared to always, advise your clients, always educate them. Because look at the level of information he gave to me. He was able to convince me to even give it a thought. Even when I did not even think about investing in Nigeria, I was already thinking about it, especially when he talked about the ROI, he talked about the return on investment. I begin to see aside seeing reasons why I should actually give it a try. So we need to always try as much as possible when we are communicating with our prospects, our clients. Let's come up with something that would look like, it won't look like we are selling, but at the same time we are selling. You're advising them and you're also trying to woo them, try to get their trust, to rely on you, to believe in you. Because people will only buy from you because they trust you, because they believe in you, they believe what you're telling them. That is why they have to come, bring out that huge 10 million naira to drop, for that property. Always try as much as you can to have something, get yourself a client with the right information so that when you're talking to your client, you'll be able to, give him more than more than what he or she is expecting from you, right? So if you have any questions, you can type in your questions before we call it a day. Any questions, guys? Ask questions, ask. If you have any questions, you can ask. Amarachi Paul, ask your question. Joseph Sunday, Elachi, ask questions. Progress, please ask questions. Mr. Samuel, ask questions. So, okay. That means you all understand what we are trying to say, what we are trying to pitch to you guys, what we are trying, the kind of picture we want you guys to see, what we want you guys to understand, what this real estate is all about, and how you can be a successful salesperson when selling for GTEC. So if you cannot ask your question here, you can send it to me on WhatsApp. My number is 080, let me type it, 080-962-55118. So I'll type it here so you guys can start me up to ask your questions. So 080-962-55118. 080-922-55118. Call me, ask your questions. If you want to buy property, I'm there for you. Call, make your inquiries, and let's keep the money coming. So thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Farouk. Thank you, Mr. Daniel, for sharing some powerful insights with us. Thank you, Mr. Farouk, for showing us how to handle clients, how to give them the right information. Thank you so much. We call it a day. See you guys same time next week. Thursday is another week for us to, charge up ourselves and then go out and make the money. You have a blessed day. Bye.